I've said many times before, the aunties need to be schooling these young girls, and that's why you see the big issues they have today, because the aunties, unfortunately, try to put themselves on the same level as the 21, 22, 25-year-olds. That's really some of the problem. But it's cool to be an auntie. It's cool. It's fly, because you got some experience, and the young girls really need it, because they not going to be in your position by the time they get your age. Trust me. We need the young women to develop for the next generation, right? So case in point, I want you to hear what this auntie had to say to this young woman.
Auntie, yes, baby. So I've been talking to this guy, and I really like him. But he want me to, like, you know, do all the shutting up and, you know, like, do all the catering to him things, and it's like, you're not giving me enough. So am I supposed to keep talking to him?
What you mean not giving you enough?
I don't feel like he's giving me enough. Like,
enough what?
Like, I just feel like you're not giving me enough money and all of that for me to shut up. I don't know how to shut up.
You need to shut your fucking mouth. What do you mean? You want money, or you want you a good man?
I want both.
You know the money is connected to you shutting your fucking mouth, right? So let me tell you something. This was my problem for a long time. I always thought I had to have the last say so, you know? And I never thought I was wrong. And let me tell you something. I had a good man and I lost him. And I lost him because I was so stuck in my ways. I need money. I need this. And he wasn't rich. He wasn't rich. And I was so used to dating guys who would just spend money on me. But this one guy, he was different. I lost him because I wouldn't shut the fuck up. And he left me and went and got a whole nother woman. And you look at these people and be like, she's stupid. I ain't doing that. You don't have to be a pick me to shut up. You need to let a man lead. Let him lead and let him do him, you know? Let me tell you something.
Now, see, that's why you have to talk to the aunties right there, because they already made the mistakes that you already in the process of making. She said, look, I was already run off in my mouth. I lost a good man behind my mouth. And what happened? He left and went on with somebody else. That's why you need my aunties to talk to them, if they're willing to listen. Because no man want to hear your mouth all the time. No, you listen, a man values peace, and peace is not connected to your mouth. You can speak your piece, don't get me wrong. You can say how you feel. But when it becomes nagging, when it becomes to a point like a man want to sit in his car when he get home and dreading going in the house because he got to hear your mouth. No, when a man comes to home, his home is his refuge. You understand? And if you in there causing hell, this man have no place to escape to. None. And a lot of men, especially when they get to that point, they value their peace. They're not going to deal with your mouth. They're not going to argue with you either. So all this mouth? No. This auntie so right.
A lot of women ain't got no man because they got so used to doing this themselves. They're so used to seeing their mamas be single mothers. Yeah. And they don't know what it's like to let a man leave the house. Let that man leave the house and shut your mouth. Because let me tell you, you need money. The money is connected to your mouth. And I ain't talking about that mouth. That too, but not that. The money is connected to your mouth. You got to shut up. You know, when he says, baby, I need you to cook me something. Yes, baby, what you need? If you don't agree with something he says, you let him speak. And you say, baby, I think, you know, maybe we can, was it something I said wrong that triggered you? Or how can I understand you better? You know, it's about your wording. You don't always have to be slick out the mouth. Okay. You have to communicate with him because that mouth is, that's why you ain't getting the money. See, the other guys get the money quick because you don't mean nothing to them. So it's nothing. What's money? Money ain't a thing unless that's what you want. But if you got a good man and he wants you to shut up and listen sometimes, it's just maybe you're not making him sing. You don't feel heard with you. He may feel like he's not getting through to you. So you have to take a break and you have to sit back and listen because sometimes these men, they have this new thing, what they call it, pick me. They have it all wrong. See, now there's some girls that'll do anything for a man.
Like, anything.
That ain't what we're talking about here.
They going, Auntie. They going.
See, you got your own going on. But you also got to remember you got a good man. You ain't got to say yes to everything, but you got to shut up and correct him when he's wrong without making them feel small. You know? Without making them feel small, you just let them know it's how you say it, it's how you word it. Charles said a lot of things I don't like. But I let him go on, and then later I said, baby, I don't like what you said to me. And I didn't want to raise my voice, I didn't want to yell, and I didn't want to make you feel any less of a man. So I waited till we got to dinner, and I talked about it at a better time because we were heated in the moment. You know? So shut your fucking mouth. If he's good to you, shut your mouth. And if he ain't good to you, go about your business.
I need to call my man, huh?
Because you're wrong, and you need to apologize.
I need to say sorry.
You do.
All right, let me call my man now.
All right. So Auntie, definitely told a good life lesson in how to deal with a man. She said, let him speak his piece and say, what you disagree with, and just have a conversation. That being slick at the mouth, that's never good. That never works out, because when you slick at your mouth, you're going to be disrespectful, because that's just how a lot of you talk. You're going to be disrespectful. So there's no reason to be slick at the mouth with nobody. Now, in the beginning, when you met this man, you wasn't slick at the mouth with him. You wasn't telling nothing, or this tit for tat thing some of y'all like to do, right? Oh, he did this, I'm going to get him. No, don't play that game either, because a lot of men just not going to go for that game. I'm going to get you back type of thing. But just be quiet sometimes. Not everything need to be said. And I understand there's a time and place for everything. It's a time to talk. It's a time to be quiet. It's a time to clash, and it's a time to make peace. It's a time. And sometimes you just got to just chill your nerves. And always, sometimes you think before you talk, you start realizing, is it really worth what I'm about to say? Is it really worth it? You feel me? And if it's not really worth it, then I'm not even about to engage in this right now, because not everything is worth it. Sometimes, I was talking to conversation with my wife yesterday, and I was like, listen, some things that I want to say, I don't say, because, I pray about it or I think about it, and I'm like, no, that's not the way to say that. No, you don't need to say that. Maybe you need to pray about it, or whatever. And then in the end, I realized, that wasn't the thing I was going to want to say. You know what I'm saying? Everything that in your head you need to say. You know what I'm saying? If you can't say nothing to uplift, if you can't say nothing to edify somebody, especially your spouse, if you can't say nothing of joy, peace, or whatever, then sometimes you may need to hold it till you get to a point where you know how to speak it in a way where it comes across as you're definitely saying, how you feel, but it comes across with the right spirit. Let me say that much. Because when you're being slick at the mouth, your spirit ain't right with that. Because you're being ugly. You're acting ugly. And you're looking to hurt somebody when you're being slick at your mouth. I'm telling you, men don't want to hear all that mouth, especially when they get home from work. Listen, don't come to men with your mouth as soon as they come home from work, and then don't do that when they first wake up in the morning. The wait till y'all get during the day, he wake up, whatever. Okay, then have that conversation. Then have a conversation, not an argument, a conversation. Because a lot of men don't have the patience for that. A contentious woman, like the Bible teach. No man has the patience for that. So if you think, oh, well, I'm going to tell him. Okay, you can tell him whatever you want. You can tell men whatever you like. I'm not stopping you. But I'm telling you, when you realize that, man, how come I can't get married? How come I don't really have no relationship? Just remember, you valued your mouth over a relationship. That's all. And because you valued your mouth over a relationship, or you got to get somebody told, that's why you're by yourself. And that's a choice you made. Just like you got a choice to be quiet. You don't have to say everything that comes to your mind. That's just really what it is. Sometimes you gotta just choose peace and choose wisdom. Not everything that come out of your mouth should come out your mouth. You got to control what go in your mouth and control what would come out of your mouth. If you could discipline both of those, trust me, life would be so much easier for everybody.